what's a creature, for example, that like what's a man-made creature? Give me one. Throw it at me. Man-made creature, Lavender.
You're so confident with Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Worlds Apart, your favorite bi-weekly world-building podcast. I'm your host, Diana, and as always, I have my amazing co-host here, Lavender.
Hi, Diana. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Worlds Apart. How are you?
Vibin. And then today, the two of us have an extra special guest who has graciously agreed to come onto the podcast and do most of the yapping for us. What was your name again?
Odinn.
Odinn. Right. Hello. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
I hear that you are quite the fan, that you've listened to every single episode, including bonus content, all of the befores and afters, all the clipped content. You know it by heart, from what I imagine, right?
Yep.
All right. Well.
He looks so disappointed in us.
He's so sad. I feel so bad.
This caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to be teamed up on.
Diana and I had a conversation about this last week. Like, how do we pull Odinn's leg in the...
Are you serious?
Yeah, we talked about this forever ago. We were like, let's just pretend he's not one of the hosts. But hello, everyone. Welcome back. As you can see, we do have a proper guest here who is the amazing Lavender, our wonderful editor. And by necessity, probably the biggest actual fan of the podcast.
Because she has to watch us.
I have to edit every single episode. I probably look a bit different. I don't have like the cat ears and stuff like that. So everyone's like, who is this strange Australian that you've brought onto the podcast? So hello, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, nice to see you.
The audience unironically loves you too. Like they talk about you all the time in the comments. So
you jump scared one of them at 1 a.m. in the morning. Apparently, it was great.
Yeah, that was great. Holy shit.
You guys give me free will to do whatever I want with this, which is like why I enjoy editing it so much. Because it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like drop in a jump scare or throw a dinosaur at Diana, like because Diana doesn't watch any fucking movies and it pisses me off. So
I'm trying.
I'm gonna take free will of that.
I love how the attack's now turned onto Diana. This is great. I'm happy now. Karma has come full around. Okay, don't crack a can aggressively at me. I can do it also. Beautiful. All right, so to get down to actual business, to bring us back on track, today we are delving back into the Pantheon of our unnamed world.
I guess we should give it a name at some point.
At some point we will, but it is canon established on this podcast. We are scared of naming things because we and ah for about 20 minutes trying to figure out.
I haven't noticed that in the recordings at all.
We will make you name everything. Don't start.
I'm actually half okay at naming things. Watch me absolutely fumble this episode.
I think I just.
But we had a plan for the episode. You're gonna have to name at least one thing because, Lav, do you want to introduce to the audience the concept that you brought to us that you really wanted to world build for us?
God of monsters.
The God of monsters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Turnip sprinting up and down the hallways, just so you guys know. There he is.
There he is.
Cameo.
From a new angle.
Yes, he is currently in Turnip mode, as we call him, Nipnop.
Nipnop.
The demon side of Turnip.
Nipnop.
But, yes, today we are building the God of Monsters. We are going to be assisting Lavender in creating a canon god in this world. So in future actual plays, someone could be a worshipper of this god. They could encounter this god. They could encounter the creations of said god. And Lav will be giving us the lore, the details, and aspects to what this god actually is.
Such a cool idea. Do you have anything like starting off where you're like, yes, I want this god to have this trait specifically? Like, what did you have coming into this?
I know that I want them to be some kind of shape changer. So it's not necessarily like a single point of reference because the idea of like the concept of like monsters is different for everyone. So it's like a monster could be something that you fear or something that you've seen or like a continuing factor. So I think it appearing to people in like different forms would be really cool, but it's like maybe there's like a certain trait about it that everyone kind of recognizes as like, okay, this is them. Like this is like we know this is them because of this factor, whether it's like a seal or like a hue or a coloring or a vision that they receive before they encounter this thing. But yeah, kind of like like it changes shape to like fit people's fears and personas.
Okay, so
I think that'd be fucking cool.
That's very
sick.
cool. question for you, because you don't have to answer this right now. You can have a think about it for a little bit and come back to it. Doesn't have to be a set position as well. But do you see this god as being neutral, good, bad, completely evil, a saint? What do you, or is he just like a natural disaster in a sense?
Yeah, how gods view their own morality is such like a
Yeah.
concept too, right? Like, is he just trying to survive?
That's a tricky one. I
Don't
don't think
answer
they're
that.
like. I don't think they're like purely evil. I think that it's like, ooh, what if they fear off of the fear that they like push onto people though? So they kind of need to be a little bit spoopy.
They feed off of the fear.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit spoopy. Got it.
This is like Monsters Inc., but just,
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah. They have a board. They have like
One-eyed
weekly
cretin.
meetings. They get together with all their foes, and they're like, "So how do we scare these kids this week, guys?" I'm thinking eyeballs.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
Quick trigger warning. We are going to be talking about monstrous things as well. Just in case we delve into like body horror or monstrous things or gore, possibly. I don't know. I'm just covering bases for a god of monsters.
You're also dealing with me, so this could go anywhere. So.
She's unhinged.
Yeah.
So you think her edit jump scares are bad? Get ready.
I played D&D with Lav, and the way she describes the violence that she inflicts on the battlefield during combat is beyond anything I've ever seen. It's really fucking cool.
Thank you.
just sort of-
Oh my god, stop.
Me?
Welcome to the Gas Lav Up podcast. Okay, so solid. So he feeds off of fear, or it feeds off of fear. Does that mean... Are we thinking about this as like the progenitor of all monsters, or have the monsters turned around and made this thing their god because of the way? Like, I guess what's the relationship that it actually has to its servants?
That's really cool. Like to think that it's like been created because of like lesser beings, you know, like believing in this thing or like creating this thing as like a senior. If we're looking at like a pyramid. You know, like it's like a pyramid scheme where they kind of created like the higher up kind of situation.
Well, it kind of works. We touched on manifestation in this world and like how as long as one thing believes in you, if you were already a god, you do not fade. So if enough things believe in you in this world, you could ascend to a lesser deity or, depending on how much, a god.
So is it subservience to this thing then? Are they just like looking for something to worship and this god happened to work out and rise to the top of the pyramid? Or is it like, oh, this is something that we fear? Or is it like we look up to this thing and we want its favor? I guess like how... Is it like one of those Umberly type things where you're just trying to make sure that you don't piss it off and then it doesn't just like destroy you if you're a monster out there? Or do you try and seek out its favor? Or
is it more motherly or like parenthood kind of vibe?
I think it to be like creepily like motherly, like, you know, to be very much like, these are my babies, like these are my children, you know, like I think that it was definitely created by them and the concept of there being like this kind of overall like god of monsters, you know, like bedtime stories, how like people were telling these stories, like, you know, like, oh, like be careful of the boogeyman or like whatever we want to call it. And then through those stories, that's how it was like created, because it was like willed into existence. It's like
a willed into existence god.
That's cool, and that works perfectly.
Nightmare god, I guess.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Well, it takes the form of its followers. So,
got it. Question for you: does it have a true form though?
Do you guys have like a plane of gods, like a liminal space where they?
We don't have anything yet.
Not yet.
I don't.
That could be a concept.
Our gods don't roam the world. They are able to have an avatar state that Diana came up with, but we haven't really discussed where they reside yet.
Okay. I want it to be very fluid. I think having it be very like, you know, shifting, changing kind of the vibe is the vibe. If you guys have like, you know, in the future a space where the gods reside, like what is it called in Greek mythology where there's like the island where all the gods reside and they come down?
Mount Olympus.
Mount Olympus, like it's very like a Mount Olympus kind of situation where they, they overlook everything. I kind of picture them as like kind of like like Venom kind of state where it's very like fluid and moving and like inky and kind of face is always changing.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
That's really cool. Kind of like just raw monster imagination.
Yeah.
In a pure form.
Shit's fucked, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Nice,
me.
perfect. Okay, perfect. All right. So your god is one that shapeshifts, changes form. And there's the first turnip scream.
I saw you both look over and I was like, what is happening over there?
Yeah. Okay, so outside of monsters, if, for example, humanoid creatures follow this monster, if they believe in this god, if they worship it, how do they show worship? For example, the god of the sea has these, what did I call them? Totems dug into the sand of each beach, which have like intricate carvings and like dedications to the god of the sea and all that kind of stuff. The god of food with the greatest cantrip of all time, Garnish.
It's such a cool spell, by the way.
It's the best.
you.
And you have to do this every single time.
Yeah, the Soul Bay. You got a Soul Bay.
Yeah. That's the somatic component.
Yes. There's a specific herb that resembles the god of food. There's also people that carve patterns into pastries and food and all that kind of stuff to give it that blessing, if you will. How do non-monster followers of the god of monsters worship?
Non-monster followers or actual, like,
humanoid people, like everyday people. If they were like, I follow the god of monsters, how do they show that worship? Is there a sigil, like you mentioned? Do they have a seal? What's the vibe?
They write some fan fiction that involves a lot of tentacles. And
they're on AO3, 100% writing all that fanfic. I think definitely like a seal or a pin, but also like I want to say that they like scare people or like like do. That sounds like I'm trying to think like this could turn really like dark and awful like really quickly, but like little fear factors to people, like I'm thinking this could turn really bad because it could be very like evil to like do these kind of things in fear.
Do it.
We haven't got an evil god yet. Run it.
Yeah.
It's like a fear thing. So say for like when you go to like a carnival and they have like the haunted houses experiences and stuff like that, and you walk through, but there's people that are like so dedicated that they create these kind of fear experiences in carnivals and stuff like that because they know that that's going to be like, it's a good way for them to be like, I am, I worship my god, and it's not necessarily through breaking into someone's house and scaring the absolute daylights out of them. It's like through little experiences they can still create these like fear factor things.
So
and,
would
like,
they like
send the fear towards the god to like sustain it, like feed it?
Yeah.
I love that.
Would they imitate creatures? Like, would they carve footsteps of monsters into footpaths during the night? Would they scratch buildings with something and leave like giant claw marks? You could even have like very much so. It's also, you could also have those who are a bit more, we'll use the term dedicated, that bait creatures into their homes, into their cities. Into their towns.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool to think about, actually. Yeah.
That would be a whole story arc of this creature, like multiple different creatures that have never stepped foot into a city suddenly are, because there is a group of worshippers of this god of monsters baiting them into the city to feed their god.
That'd be a cool encounter. Like,
Especially
encountering the sigil and stuff. Sorry, Diana.
No, yeah. I mean, I was going to say, especially if like things like summoning monsters is a little bit more like bringing the monster under your subjugation, baiting it over and working within its natural capabilities and letting it do its own thing without controlling it seems a lot more like worship to me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Would these followers like study monsters? Would they be like,
I think that
kind of like how you draw creatures and stuff, and like
yeah,
your
like
your LARP
and stuff.
Yeah, your LARP tome, how you've like drawn body parts and like analyze things. Would these followers do that, but with creatures?
What if they have like a handbook like the kind of higher ups have like a God of Monsters handbook, which is like it kind of covers like the encyclopedia of monsters known to the world. So they have a good understanding of the monsters and stuff like that because they are fully dedicated. So it's like this big kind of like, I imagine it's like, like a black kind of leather book, like filled with like, kind of like black pages as well. And all these like just pictures and hand drawn sketches of all these monsters and stuff like that. And it's like a little prayer in the front to the God of Monsters. So
I want to make that as a prop now. That's fucking cool. Like, especially the black pages and having like white sketches and shit.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Be sick.
Mm-hmm.
We also
and it'd be. Oh,
go on, Diana. I'm talking out loud. Go on.
I was gonna say it would be such a repository of knowledge too. It'd be something that naturalists would just want to see, but it's locked behind the fucking like this religion that is objectively bad. Mm-hmm. But like they've gathered such valuable info. That's fascinating.
Would it be magical, or is it literally just like an encyclopedia of knowledge that comes in handy? Does it have a certain trait to it? Can it do stuff, or is it more so we have collected this information over the years?
If we're talking about leading people, like leading these creatures into spaces to, have that fear, I think that's the magical element of it, is that it allows you the information, the knowledge to be able to lure these creatures into this space. So whether it's like, like rangers and stuff like that, how they have like, those pluses to tracking and stuff.
Yep.
If we're looking at this like kind of religionism, like a paladin cleric mindset where you get your like, things that are aligned with that god, it would kind of be like that. So whether it's like, your tracking skills are better, your hunting skills are better, your intimidation is better kind of situation.
Okay.
That'd be so cool, especially because it'd be almost the reverse of what rangers typically do, where it's like, oh, we don't know how to hunt these creatures better than anything else. We know how to treat them better than anything else. It's an angle that isn't often explored. It'd be so cool as a player character to like have all this knowledge and then use it either in an evil campaign or for the first time, get asked to use it in a way that isn't inherently, positive towards the creature. That's a cool concept. I like that a lot.
It would be a really cool role-play moment, like setting up the bait as well. Like, for example, if you had a harpy or a siren, like if there was like a luring song to lure harpies to get them closer, you would perform that song to call them to help
also
you.
Like
and all
a
that
rain
kind of stuff.
dance, how people,
exactly
like that kind of situation. Oh, that'd be cool.
That's fucking sick, lad. What the fuck?
Yeah, you can't come onto our podcast and do better than us at fucking world building.
Oh my god, she edits.
I have the maladaptive daydream of like a psychopath, so like I just working stuff out.
It's great. It's great.
So then my question then is, if we're thinking like a god of monsters and their relationship to like typical monsters, your minotaurs, your demons, things like that. What about monsters that are man-made? Because in D&D and things like that, we have aberrations. We have things that shouldn't exist, but someone made it exist and released it into the wild. How does the god of monsters relate to those guys?
Honestly, I think it's a very much like a motherly, like, oh, this is my new child situation, where it's like, this has been created by like you're creating this thing, that is like awful, and
you're
they
adopted,
love that.
but we love
they're
you.
Like they're like, you have been adopted into the family of like absolute fear factor. So 100%, like they probably encourage that to be creating that kind of stuff as well.
I was about to ask if, for example, like an what's a creature, for example, that like what's a man-made creature? Give me one. Throw it at me. Man-made creature, Lavender.
You're so confident with
what we were just talking about, Lavender. Like what's something someone manifested into existence? Give me something. Anyone. Either of you.
Okay, like an ooze or like some sort of like...
Sure. Ooh. What are you talking about? Okay. We'll go with an ooze. For example, someone created an ooze. We'll run with that. So the God of Monster adopts this thing. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Just thinking of someone creating a Ford F-150 and then the God of Monsters is like...
My son!
Yes!
You know what? No,
I will protect this with my life.
You know what? No, we're going to fuck it. We're gonna run with it. Fuck it. So, they create a Ford F-150.
Just the wildest construct ever.
Yes, they create this construct. They create the Ford F-150 in this world. It's not canon. Shut up. They bring it in.
Willing it into existence.
Lab, let me finish this. Uh, so they create this thing. The God of Monster adopts it. Does it take it in and create its own version of it, like a hybrid? Like it fuses it with something else and creates a brand new monster from this man-made monster.
Yeah,
Or
like
car.
a manual.
It's like, actually, you know what would be better? Cybertruck. And then just like iterates.
Don't
on
talk.
that.
No. They morph it into a Tesla.
Oh.
Awful.
But yeah, no, that's a good question. Is it like, oh, this is mine now, I'm gonna do this better than those filthy humans ever did? Or is it like, just
Can you
you're
imagine
good
having
the way
your
you
own
are?
creation turned against you?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if someone created like an ooze, for example, they took that ooze and they created the tar monster from fucking Scooby-Doo 2.
Scooby-Doo.
That, Diana.
I haven't seen Scooby-Doo.
Anyway, like, but
Lab, do you just want to be the co-host from now on? I don't feel welcome here anymore.
I'm just as upset
This
as
is
Odin
no
right
longer
now.
a safe space.
Odin and I literally watched the Scooby-Doo movies the other day and forgot, like, actually how good they are.
yeah,
Like, oh my
dude.
God, these movies
If
are
you
really
ever need
good.
like background noise, Diana, we will happily show you the
I've
fucking
seen Zombie
Scooby-Doo movie.
Island. That's it.
That's a good
Zombie
one, though.
Island.
Yeah, is that with the
Yeah.
Hex Girls? That's the one with it. No,
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
No, it's
I thought you were referring to Spooky Island. Don't mind me.
Spooky Island's the one with the zombies. I think.
No, Spooky Island's the first one. Lavender, we watched it the other
I'm
night.
talking about the animated ones
No.
because there's.
All right, Diana, for your reference, I'm dropping the tar monster into the Discord so you can see what
Okay.
the fuck it is.
Smash, by the way.
But if they took an ooze and did that, where it could like,
Oh, this is just that fucker from Aliens versus Monsters.
Yes,
Monsters versus Aliens.
sure. Why not, Bob?
Yeah, it's him in a different font.
the goat,
Yeah.
the real goat.
Yes.
Bob.
But yeah, it could take a monster and like upgrade it. Essentially, is that
Mhm.
something this god can do and like make it its own?
Ooh, what if the god comes to people who create these things and they're like, oh, this is really cool, and they will seek out the creator to be like, hey, take my hand. Won't you take a pause in his hand to like have a conversation about like, hey, let's work together to make this even more terrifying than it already is. It's like a
So
pact. It's like a deal. It's like a warlock's like, deal.
So you have Dr. Frankenstein in this
Oh,
belief,
yeah.
It's
basically. You
very
have-
mad
Oh, yeah.
scientist.
yeah.
That'd be so sick.
That's
Especially
fucking
because,
terrifying.
like, that's also so realistic to what real life scientists actually do, where they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to randomly shove these bioluminescent genes into a rabbit and see what happens. And so
He
it's
glows now.
realistic.
They fly now.
That's cool.
Mm.
Okay. We can absolutely run with that. So you have a god that is a shapeshifter.
Mhm.
It follows obviously its monsters that it creates itself. It adopts man-made monsters and creates hybrids, I guess, or alters them in
Packs
some
and stuff like that.
through packs and whatnot. You have mad scientists running the show as well. You've created an encyclopedia of monsters in this world that, rather than tracking or hunting them down, it is to lure them in. Has all information about how to summon these monsters, basically.
Mhm.
What are we missing? What else can we add
Holidays.
to this?
Oh, Halloween. Sorry.
It's basically Halloween, especially because you touched on it earlier and you were like, oh yeah, we could just have like little haunted houses or like someone who tries to scare
Yeah.
people intentionally. So I guess like how does that work into like day-to-day culture?
Halloween as like a concept, I think it'd be really cool. But like there's, I don't know what this book is called, but I think it's called like the Ever Moving Carnival or something like that. What if there's like a devout group of followers who constantly move the continent with their like experience, basically, and it's like this kind of like creepy kind of carnival that moves town to town, and they just set up camp and are like, yo, come and check out this terrifying experience kind of situation, and they just move the continent like forever to try and like lure in more people. to
They
scare
move the
more
continent?
people. No, they move their like carnival. Yeah, they move the whole continent over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pick it up because, well, this world is
And put
flat,
it
so they
over
could
there.
technically just put like
That's
jacks
so true, the
underneath
world
the
is
planet
flat.
and lift it up.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Build us
this
a Mobius strip.
this carnival, obviously, do you want to run it like I forget? I think it's Spirit Halloween, where people like dress up and run around as their OC creatures. Like
Spirit
Halloween?
Spirit Halloween?
I don't know what it's called. It's in America. I don't know America.
No, but that would make Spirit Halloween even more spectacle than it already
the
is.
shop around. They have it on a car.
No.
They just move
There's things on TikTok I've seen of like people who dress up as like horror characters and like
Halloween
slide
Horror
around.
Nights.
Yeah,
Thank you, Halloween Horror Nights.
That's
Sorry.
the vibe. That's very
Yeah.
much the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they turn app? Do they have Do they have like pieces of monsters? Do they have like a museum that they travel around with that has pieces of monsters in it?
Dude,
do they have
especially like like sowing just the fear in a local community of being like, yeah, you see that giant arm with wicked claws at the end? That's like right outside your door. Like it's in that forest over there. Anyway, we're gonna leave. Like that fear in and of itself is still a fear of monsters, and you're just awakening it and feeding the god.
I'm just thinking of like, like little kids sitting in the front row, and it's like there's like a ringleader who's just like, telling all these stories, and it's very like performative. It's very like,
this is the greatest show.
Yeah, they sing like, song and dance musical. There's like a whole, 3-part
I'm not role playing that
number.
If I'm the DM.
I'm
not singing and dancing.
Ooh.
Boo.
What do you mean boo? Like
Coward.
Coward. Okay.
I kind of love that.
Is this carnival like? No, you go on. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
You go.
Someone
you go. Mine's kill shot. You go.
I'll go.
Oh, shit. Yeah, go.
Sorry. No, please.
I was gonna ask, like, do people know that it is related to the god of monsters when this festival comes into town, or are they just like under the guise of being a totally normal, totally chill carnival?
I think if people don't know, are like, what am I trying to say here? I don't think so. No, they probably don't know what its specific intention is if we're putting this into a party situation where you're like, you're in a town and they're like, oh, like there's like this kind of spooky carnival coming into town. The investigation into what its actual, purpose would be really cool, because it's like talking to people and like finding the tomes and then going to the experience and being like, oh wait, this is like a worship ground. This is like a moving ritual circle for the god of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
follow-up question: If this god of monster, looking at it from an outside perspective, if someone was telling me about this god seems evil. If it's feeding off fear, it seems evil. Is it banned or forbidden? Or would it be in any city, kingdom, capital? If someone worshipped it, would they be thrown in prison? Would they be like given a fine? Like what kind of punishment, for lack of a better term? And if so, would it be banned in certain areas?
100% it would be banned in certain areas. The practice of it would be banned in certain areas because it's enticing fear into people. But then like not really like political, but again, it's like, it's very much like what do you like view as evil and what do you view as fear? Because these followers probably don't see it as an evil thing. They probably see it as their god is mother and they will worship their god, Okay. But definitely outlawed in certain places. Maybe they had a bad experience or there was like a big thing that happened where they're like, we don't want anything to do with this. Like, please stay out of our space. But with this like moving carnival, if they're under the guise of like, hey, this is just like a fun little carnival that people can come to, then they kind of fly under the radar. Yeah, bring your kids, absolutely. Bring your kids. Oh my god, kids eat free.
My god. Is there only one of these carnivals in the entire world that's like traveling, or is there multiple? Is there spin-offs? Is there people doing this, or
they're like food establishments with like 20 McDonald's in one
state? It's a chain.
It's a chain.
There's like one in the airport, and you're like, this is kind of shitty.
I would recommend going to that one.
Beholder eye on a stick for one of their food things.
Oh, that's cool. They make the gummy eyes. They make like little candies and stuff that look like monster stuff. So like eyeballs and like stuff. Ooh.
Yeah. It's very like Cirque du Freak style. I don't know if you guys ever read those books. It was
probably not
ages ago, but my God.
I was watching movies.
Can we get a counter, future Lav who's editing this? Can we get a counter in the corner for all of the references that one of us makes that someone else in the party doesn't understand?
Cool. I'll
Thanks,
just
future
name
Lav.
every movie ever, and I'll win. So
And you'll piss Lav off is what'll happen.
The thing that it's the not watching Jurassic Park that I was like, what do you mean you haven't seen Jurassic Park?
What do you want me to do? There's so many of them. They're so old. I get the point. I've seen the sunglasses getting taken off and the stand of like in the fucking head turn. What else is there? Everyone gets marked by dinosaurs, and then 2 years later, they're like, you know what? That was
Diana.
fun. Let's
It's
do
the
that
first
again.
time you watch Jurassic Park and they're in the buggies. Sorry, guys, I'm going to crash out here for a second. And they're in the buggies, and there's like the water cup, and the water cup is rippling. Watching that as like a small child and being terrified, and then as an adult growing up and being like, this movie's just peak. It's just
I think that's
great.
what I'm missing. Is I don't have the nostalgia because I didn't see it when I was a kid. I'm just like, oh yeah, the water cup is moving. I wonder what that is. Oh boy.
What did
Oh,
you
man,
watch as
that-
a child? Like, I'm generally like intrigued. Like, what kind of movies did you watch as like a young Diana?
Watch The Matrix a lot. Over and over again.
you
On
and
the
Keanu
TV
Reeves,
strike.
man, you just
Shut
have a
up.
crush on
Okay.
Keanu Reeves. That's all it is.
I really don't. I respect the man
You
as a
love him.
fellow human being and as an accomplished actor.
She has a crush on him.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Let's go back to your Ford F-150, God. Let's change the subject off of me for a fucking second.
Oh god, it's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
Oh my god.
It's just like
You ever
roaring,
go to a
screaming.
carnival where they scare you to live in pieces and there's gummy eyes? It's what it's like to drive an F-150.
All right.
Do, 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 do.
All right. To bring it back to
Yeah,
get
tissue brother, sorry.
get you stop. To get the goofies out, Lavender. We need
Yes.
first get your giggles. First of all, we need some lore of this god.
Yeah.
What is some maybe like a big event or certain creation or something that had an impact on this world? What is something this god did that is written in the history books?
Ooh. So you know how you guys were talking about holidays and stuff like that? What if there was an
Yes.
event that happened on that day, which is like a signified holiday? I'm trying to think. What if that day was the day they were willed into a creation? Do the gods step foot on your plane?
Yeah, they can in their
Okay.
avatar forms.
Okay. What if there was like enough people and monsters believing in this thing that they willed it into creation through an event? So they like had like this big kind of like ritual, like song and dance. Excuse me. And that's kind of like, you know, the day that all happened. And then it's like celebrated throughout the communities of people that believe in this thing now.
Sure. So the holiday is like a birthday.
Have
Yes.
birth.
Have birth.
So
Have birth.
So, quick clarification, just so I can fully understand this.
Mm.
Is a lot of this God's fear that it feeds off unintentional fear, like people who were just scared? Because obviously there's like pointed fear that like a monster attacking a city. Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god, I'm scared. Like, but people who hear stories or like listen to scary stories about monsters, if they're like, oh my god, I'm on
Ooh.
edge, is that feeding the god?
Like
is that like
Kids
manifesting
being
it?
afraid of the monster under their bed.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would say true intentional fear that is created for that god is like a stronger dose. But
Okay.
you know, like little things like, you know, scary stories and monsters and stuff like that would still, you know,
Instill. Okay.
yeah, instill. Yeah.
Interesting. So that means that, like, culturally, this god is basically never going to die because no matter what, there's always going to be generations of parents telling their kids, like, oh, you know, always get home before sundown or else this
Yeah.
monster will come out from the forest and eat you. And, like,
Mhm.
that perpetuates it.
Mhm.
That's cool.
You created the first immortal being, Lav. Well done.
Yeah.
If you guys are also talking about, because it's like a pantheon, right? So it's like it's a being of, like, you know, creation. What if they're kind of, because each god has a purpose of like creation,
Mhm.
you know. So they, by them being here, they're instilling fear into people, So before their existence, there was less of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of thing.
I mean, before their existence, fear could have led to more chaos if you wanted to. If it's being funneled somewhere, maybe the fear
Yeah.
is more controlled. When this god didn't exist and there was just chaos,
Mm-hmm.
things just got more intense. Things
Yeah.
had more domino effect, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, before your god was created, if a monster attacked a city, for example, people would freak out, fear, run around, and begin, like, throwing others to the monster to get away themselves. They would, like, they would start raiding homes and houses, all that kind of stuff. But when your god was created and funneled,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there was a counterbalance where that fear was funneled towards them, that people had more clarity of mind to build armies, to create defenses, to work strategy, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's like the organized chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in a way, it's almost better for society in a sense that they have some targeted fear.
Mm-hmm. Because they're pushing, like, you know, it's like very much like a bedtime story situation where it's like, where was I going with this? I forgot. My brain has left me.
Hada.
Oh, the joys of ADHD. Oh, the joys. If it's being like funneled and pushed into like one space, it's almost like, you know, oh, like, you know, don't get too scared because so and so will like collect your fear. So it's almost like, you know, the old timey tale of like, you know, don't do this because this will happen. So it's like almost like encouraging, de-encouraging, de-escalating the fear. So
if that's the case, then what do? Oh, sorry. Finish your thought.
No, please go. My brain has left me.
I was going to say, like, then if we talk about the fact that, like, fear is such a magical or such an inherently forceful thing, and there are worshippers, like clerics and paladins, of the god of monsters who is funneling all this fear, what does that mean that their magic looks like?
Awful.
Just
spooky. I see Odin looks like he's got like a little brain cell going.
I can see, yeah, something that's forming.
Yeah, something's forming. He's got that headband in case his thoughts escape.
No, I just have a pimple the size of fucking Mount Everest on my forehead, and I'm embarrassed.
Mood.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
No, cause, Lav, you know me. I love magic. I love its description and how it looks and all that kind of stuff. Trying to think of what chaos a god of monsters magic would look like, because to me it would just be like if you shot, for example, god of monsters warlock has Eldritch Blast. Let's say that. I feel like shooting that out, it would just be claws tearing through reality, reaching someone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You know, like how space splits and how it's like kind of like chaotic and like almost like jagged.
Oh yes.
Casting spells like that would just cause like kind of a reality break where everything just kind of turns into like black tendrils of nothingness and kind of split.
Okay.
Very like I picture it like smoky and inky. Those are the two kind of describing words that I think in terms of like how the magic looks.
Okay. Are they more? I feel like would they be more of a ritualistic caster?
Yeah.
So like ceremony-esque kind of vibes, or
yeah, because I guess they're asking for the blessing of their god, where it's like, oh, please, you know, offer me some of the fear that you've collected to, you know, feel like what's the word, to fill me with the ability to cast this magic.
Okay.
So it's
I like that.
God, they would have created the parasites too.
Oh shit! You think?
I mean, it would make sense.
That would make sense.
That thing's a fucked up creature.
Oh, God! And when you think about like the relationship of this god to the whole eclipse and the whole season, everything would just get absolutely wild during that period. There'd be so much more opportunity for worship.
I was going to say she'd probably be a lot more prominent in the eclipse season.
Yeah.
Her followers or belief system or creatures themselves would be more out and about. So, just because I'm curious, do dragons fall into her monsters, or are you talking more like?
It might be like an exception. Because so there are some dragons in your world that are more like noble dragons and stuff like that.
Are there certain creatures or creations that may have come from her that have separated themselves from her?
Oh, that's good lore. I think dragons is a good example because dragons are very much like they can be
Proud
very
creatures.
prideful creatures. So to be associated with a being that is known to create fear, for a dragon that's trying to, you know, create a reputation that's not necessarily just like, I will scare the hell out of this small village. They may have like taken a step back from her belief system or their belief system.
Okay.
I'm thinking about like shifters now as well. You know, like blood hunters and stuff
Yeah.
like that, who would very much like align themselves with the god to take these forms and stuff. What happened? What was that?
Movement, I guess, outside.
Oh, okay.
Something crashing. It's fine. I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
It's turnip, actually. Holy
Watch
shit.
out! Oh my god!
Lav,
the top
edit
row.
edit a turnip behind Diana. Thank you, Lav. Lav, do it.
It's so crazy to me that you guys are asking me to do things while we're recording. This is so mad.
Ask yourself to do something. Go on. You have the power now.
Go on. Free will.
I don't know what I want myself to do because
Do
I
it.
have to do it later.
Yeah, exactly. Figure it out.
Lav myself appear like in my hand right here.
Well done.
You think?
Just throw it
I'm
away.
thinking. I'm like imagining in my brain. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Okay, if I hold my hand exactly straight, it's going to be a
Just
lot
so
easier for me
still.
to edit it in.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Lav, do you want to give us a quick recap on your creation, just so we have an idea of what we've got so far?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Overall recap of said creature. I don't think they go by like I think they're very much like a they them kind of entity.
Okay.
They are a creation made through fear, very much so. So the people that follow them will initiate fear in people to feed this goddess. That kind of fear is a lot purer in terms of feeding the god, where just like everyday fear where you like see a spider or stuff like that, that's like kind of a less enjoyable substance. Ways of worship, there is a kind of moving carnival that moves about the continent that is kind of an undercover actual ritual for this god. So there is like a larger carnival that's kind of seen as like on the pyramid. I'm talking a lot about like the pyramid scheme. I don't know why that's in my brain today, but there's like a pinnacle kind of carnival, like a big one that travels and roams, and then there's that kind of like smaller ones. Maybe it's just like one person in a tent that like, you know, tells spooky stories and kind of drifts from town to town, you know, just like telling stories to kids. They're
That'd be an awesome bard. I'm just saying.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like someone
Yeah.
who's just a nightmare speaker bard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god. They enjoy they like enjoy people who create and, you know, will create monsters, and it's very much like if you create this monster and the goddess, them, they see this as like a, hey, I want this in my repertoire, they will come to you and offer you a deal, like a pact of like, hey, let's work together and make this even more terrifying than it already is kind of situation. So they're
Sorry, I just realized we're gonna have to make a whole fucking subclass for that. Sorry.
yippee!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Pact of the Beast or Pact of the Creation or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Act of
Ooh.
the amalgamation.
That's cool.
Pact
Pact of Frankenstein.
Pact of Frankenstein. Did I get everything? I think also the way that the magic kind of flows through people is it's very much like an odd kind of darker energy. I
Mhm.
think I got everything.
Probably a lot of psychic damage, honestly.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine someone getting like just broken by the amount of that specific damage type that they've been subjected to?
Yeah.
That like you can only ever, or being cursed to only see monsters and no longer people, like every single shadow. Yeah, Lev.
Have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
Tick up the counter again.
So on Nightmare on Elm Street, there is like, what's his name? Eddie, something like that. But
Freddy
he's like
Krueger?
this-
Krueger?
Freddy Krueger. He basically slips into people's nightmares and kills them that way. What if there is like a curse that you can imbue on someone where you were cursed to like forever kind of like I could see Odin in the corner like, oh my fucking god, now we have to consider this.
No, I'm already like thinking about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, you can curse someone for like, say it's like 24 hours, or you know, like a week, or like a small amount of time, kind of like Hunter's Mark, where you can basically anytime someone falls to sleep, they can't gain a long rest because they feel like they're constantly being hunted by something.
God,
And it's like
that
this
would be
kind of
so
entity
fun.
that's like in their brain that's like chasing them basically through their dreams.
Would they have a location on them at all times too? Then would they be able to sense where they are?
I think it's like a parasite that just sits on their brain.
That's what I'm asking. The person who put the parasite there, are they able to track
Oh,
them?
what if that's the consequences of the Hunter's Mark? If you like
Yeah.
want to have like a Hunter's Mark on them, but this is like how it shows up. Instead of it just being like, you know, you get a little seal or you get a cuff or something, it's like you actually cannot sleep because you're being hunted in your dreams.
Okay.
It's scary, especially because the like actual consequences of not sleeping are really fucked up.
Uh-huh.
Like,
The Shadow Man really be out here.
Mhm.
yeah, the Hat Man in the corner after taking too much Benadryl.
Look, that dude
Okay.
got hands, okay? He's out here. He got hands.
So, I know you mentioned that this thing is a shifter, obviously.
Yes.
So, if they have a base form, if this thing came to me in my dreams, if it wasn't feeding on my fear, if it showed up to a mad scientist who created this creature, what would they see? What's this thing's base form?
I want them to be humanoid, but I also want them to be at the same time. Like this is my 50-50 at the moment. I want them to look humanoid, or I want them to look like that creature from the ritual. The like son of Loki.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I got you, Diana.
Yeah.
Let's keep talking.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool for them to have two forms. So, you know, like in shadow, their silhouette looks very like elegant and pretty and, you know, like very much like luring you in. And then as the light hits it, it's just this like terrifying thing that's been made out of, you know, have you,
There
you
you
know,
go,
like
Diana.
shadow magic? Like shadow puppets, where the shadow itself is made through multiple stacks of things.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at it like front on, it looks like, you know, a silhouette of like a, you know, whatever people view as like pretty. But then it's like you turn your head to the side slightly, or the light hits it, and you can see it's just this awfulness creation.
Okay. So would they like from a distance see like a biblically accurate angel kind of vibe? That sort of elegant creature that's like kind of terrifying. Also, Diana, I dropped that creature reference in the Discord.
Lav, put it on the
Ritual.
screen.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
It's like that one creature coming out of the shadows in Love, Death, and Robots, where it
Yes.
looks like a feminine form, and then it like
Okay.
that's a good idea.
The spider, that's so cool, man. That is so cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Very much like that. Very much like it looks like something, but the closer you get, the more you realize that's not what I think it
Uh-oh.
is.
Yep.
Because it's the shock factor. Fear is very much can be very much the shock factor of something suddenly changing, or you know, you think you're safe, but then you're really not.
Okay.
A spider would be really cool, man.
That's fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
I mean, it's a shapeshifter. It could have a few base forms that it appears in. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said
Alright.
it has one thing where you recognize it no matter what. Do you know what that thing is? Like you said, it could be a color, or like a sigil or something.
I think a sigil. I think a sigil would be really cool. But I'm trying to think like for the people to be able to actually recognize the creature itself. Because if we have multiple changing forms, people are going to be like, "Wait, is that them?"
Mhm.
maybe they have like a mark burned into them in every form, or like something on their forehead, or maybe on a cheek, below an
Yeah.
eye, something like that.
They could have like
What if it's a
like,
scar?
a 3-claw mark across their chest or something.
A scar would be really cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a scar, then we have to know what it's from.
Yeah, they've got beef with another god, is what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. This Lav, you're gonna have someone. We're gonna have you help create lore with someone on this. What god does your creature have beef with? Because if we're not going to tell anyone anything if they haven't seen this
Okay.
episode.
Oh, just
And
so
they,
you
like-
know, you have beef with this person.
Yeah, if they're like,
Yeah.
I'm the god, I'm the god of like flowers. It's like, cool. You fought the god of monsters, by the
Yeah.
way. Like,
Oh, I'm trying to think. What do you guys think? Like it would be something of goodness, or it could be something on equal playing fields.
I mean, you mentioned dragons earlier. Maybe it's just
Oh, that would be really cool. Wait,
or a god of pride of some variety. What do you think?
if
Yeah,
it's like if they have beef with the dragons, maybe the reason that they have those scars is because of like an encounter that happened with a select group of dragons that were trying to separate themselves from them. Perhaps.
Someone trying to get out of the pyramid scheme and being like, "There's so much more to this."
I don't want to work in corporate Australia anymore. I'm done. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I'm sick of giving everyone scary dreams. I'm out.
I don't want the time.
Putting in my 2 weeks.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to run with dragons then? Because we could either have like a small council of dragons. Yeah, high five, laugh. A small council of dragons of ancient. They'd probably be ancient now if this thing's been around for a while. A small council of ancient dragons that are like their own level of godhood, or you could have one individual dragon that was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna become the god of dragons."
That would be cool to do like a god of dragons. To separate themselves to become their own god.
Broke free of them, became a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
So what would your scar be then? Would it be like a burn mark up the side of the face? Would it be claw marks?
Oh, what if it like forever what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of mutilated their part of their face that will never heal.
Yeah, you can run with that. Very Zuko energy.
Whether it's like
I like it.
Yeah, very Zuko, almost like whether it's a claw mark or a burn or something like that. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have a think about it because once we start like finalizing lore and everything to like start running a game, we can come back to it and figure that all out. But there is one question you need to answer that's very, very important. Diana, you want to ask?
What are you gonna call them?
Yeah. What's his name? What's this mother?
What
of
do people
monsters'
call
name?
them?
Thoughts on a name? It could be even moniker. You don't have to do like the full fancy name. You could do something that like, I don't know,
Gary.
something that's not just the god of monsters. You know.
I think I wanted to start with an S.
Good letter. Good choice.
Yeah. Like I think Selron, where does that name, I know that name from someone. Selron.
So it sounds like a
Saruman. Yeah, that's where I think it's coming from.
Yeah.
Sephin.
Siphon?
Siphon?
Siphon is a good start.
So you're gonna be the siphon to this conversation?
No, that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I created it in a cave with a bunch of scraps.
Tony Stark built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
All right, so you lean towards like cells, like a cell kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cell is kind of fucking badass.
Cell would be cool. Let's pop over. Am I allowed to pop open ye old Google?
Yes.
You're not allowed to use random name generators. That's cheating.
Oh, okay. I can't do that.
Nope. So close Google.
We made that rule just now, by the way.
No, we made that like way back in the day. We refused.
I'm not going to use the name generator.
Because Diana's default is Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about popping open ye old Latin. Well, what if we base it upon some kind of creature?
Okay.
If we think of like some kind of animal or creature and then kind of morph it a little bit.
Okay. Well, when someone says God of Monsters, what's the first monster that pops to your head?
Like Minotaur.
Minotaur?
But we also talked a lot about like nightmares and like shadows and things.
Yeah, it covers a lot of bases.
Yeah.
What's shadow in Latin?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Or nightmare in Latin?
Umbra.
Umbra.
I like it.
That's really nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You want to run with Umbra?
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Umbra, the God of Monsters.
Yeah.
You look very focused right now.
Skia.
Skia?
Shadow in Greek.
How do you spell that?
Skia. Skia.
I like that.
I kind of like it.
Cool.
The way it's pronounced as well is very like you kind of hiss out the word.
Yeah.
True.
Oh god, can you imagine monsters wandering the countryside during her birthday and like muttering Skia? Like and like being able to vocalize that.
Imagine hearing a roar. Skia. It's like,
Ooh. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Yay!
I would shit a brick personally.
Good shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Skia, the god of monsters.
Skia.
Done.
10 out of 10.
All right.
All right, shit. That's a very successful first guest episode. Thanks again for coming on,
Oh,
Lav.
is it time to
and,
go already? Oh my god, that went so quick.
Yeah,
does,
welcome
it
to
goes
Worlds
real
Apart,
fast.
dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Well, sick. Odie, do you want to kick off the outro? I think Lav could do her own entity edit stuff. So you
Yes, we
skip
can.
that.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We will be back in another couple of weeks so you can check out the next episode of Worlds Apart. But in the meantime, if you're looking for anything Worlds Apart, you can check us out on Worlds Apart TTRPG on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. There is also a link in all of our bios on all of our profiles that has every single one of our social medias you can check out. If you're looking for me personally, you can find me at Odin_Sun on basically all platforms. You can find me at officially Odie on Twitch. If you're interested in anything TTRPG, Pokemon, voice acting, check me out. I'm pretty cool sometimes. Diana, where can they find you?
Hi, I'm pretty cool all the time. I'm also known as Diana Faye on the internet, also known as Diana of the Rose on every platform, which means, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, unfortunately, YouTube. I'm also a Twitch partner, and I am, of course, one of 2 hosts here, and a panelist at various conventions around the world, and the next one being PAX West by the time you see this, followed after by, I think after that's Australia.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Is
2
it?
months out, dude.
Oh,
Couple
yeah.
months.
We're
Oh
really
my god!
close.
And then Australia, and then TwitchCon, and then PAX Unplugged. So if you guys see me, or if you want to see me, keep an eye on my socials, and that's where I will post where I'll be. And then after that, we'll hop over to our amazing editor who is here in the flesh. Lav, do you want to promote both yourself and Entity Edits?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Lavender. You can find me at entity__edits. I'm a TTRPG editor, so I edit all things tabletop roleplay, short form, long form, clips. I just like TTRPGs. So if you're looking for someone to commission your works or work on your stuff with you, please reach out. I have an email. You can find me on Blue Sky, Twitter, not Twitter. We don't talk about Twitter anymore. Blue Sky, Instagram. YouTube, I think I have now as well.
You can go to TikTok as well.
And TikTok, yeah. You can find me most social media. So reach out to me. Be more than happy to have a chat. Yee.
Yeah.
I'm not good
Lav,
at promoting myself.
You're fine. Yeah, trust me. You get better at it.
speaks
Trust
for
me.
itself, too.
Yeah,
Like Lav does all of our editing, both the audio version and the video version of the podcast. So anything that you see or hear is her.
And she does long form, short form, all that kind of stuff. She's open for commissions. Just shoot her an email. If you steal her from us, we'll kill you.
I'll always
But-
come back to you guys.
Please.
I love editing the show. What do you mean?
Yeah. But speaking on amazing people that help us out, there is also one incredible man by the name of Toby.exe, our incredible artist on this show. If you want to check out Toby, he has done all the artwork for this channel. I still need to commission him to draw some of our monsters because I need that in my life.
Oh,
I also kind of want him to draw this fucking tome, personally. But please check out Toby at Toby.exe on TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube, and throw an underscore on either end of that to find him on Instagram. He is incredible. Go check him out. But I think that's it, guys. Is there anything else we want to say? Any final words, Lavender?
Watch the YouTube video version of this as well if you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
So you get to see my little chibi. Yee!
Yeah,
Good shit.
it's so cute. The last one that you did where you were popping up and like judging Odin for sneezing in the middle of that killed me. I loved it so much.
I don't know why, but for some reason the expression of my chibi and your expression matched. So I was like, of course I'm
It was
going to put this in.
You guys suck.
Thanks
We
for
will see you
watching,
guys
everyone.
in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.